Until now, you may have heard about individuals counterfeiting notes, coins, documents, and certificates, but this unconventional and bizarre tale involves someone earning money by gambling in a casino. Fake chips were created to imitate real chips, leading to a multi-million-dollar fraud that left people in shock when they found out. These counterfeit chips were created with such accuracy and intricacy that not a single person in the casino was aware of their existence. A massive scam was occurring involving them, unprecedented in Kano's history. Despite numerous frauds in the past, this one had never been envisioned by any gamer. So who was behind it? There was a special method that transformed him from an ordinary person to a millionaire by creating counterfeit coins, and it is intriguing to find out if he was eventually apprehended by law enforcement. The tale begins in 2000 with Eric Morikawa residing in Las Vegas. He operated a small construction company where he would secure agreements for maintaining and repairing small shops and houses. Due to his small presence in the construction industry, Eric was perceived by most as insignificant. As a result, he only received small jobs with little pay because people did not recognize his potential. Eric was consistently occupied with the effort to secure large contracts in order to increase his income. During this period, his efforts are rewarded as he secures a contract for painting and maintenance services at the casino. After receiving a contract from the casino, it appeared that his luck had turned as he began receiving contracts from other casinos as well, causing Eric to have to expand his company by hiring more people in order to manage his expanding business and increase his earnings. Eric was feeling content as he now had plenty of work and was making good money. While having coffee at a cafe one day, he encountered a man named Jeremy. Jeremy is the individual responsible for the upcoming twists and turns in the story, and he will play a crucial role in its development. In any case, at the cafe, Eric and Jeremy engage in a discussion during which they discover they are both employed in the same industry. While talking, Eric did not realize that Jeremy is also participating in illegal activities, causing some suspicion to fall on him. Multiple cases are being processed, one of them involving Jari and related to fraud. Nonetheless, Eric informs Jeremy that he requires a capable partner. With the growing workload in his company, he requires additional individuals who can assist him. Between 2000 and 2004, Eric and Jeremy experienced a prosperous era, establishing a successful business through a rise in contracts and work, resulting in significant earnings. Jeremy, formerly a criminal, had transformed into a dependable and skilled partner for the company, contributing significantly to its success. Little did they know that their journey would take off after 2004. It's close to finishing and their lives are on the brink of a permanent transformation. In 2004, casinos were experiencing a decline, which led Eric and his company to cover the costs for repairs and upkeep. Because they have fewer contracts, Eric and Jeremy find themselves in the same situation as before, prompting them to relocate to the suburbs on the city's outskirts as they are now unemployed. Eric will seek employment as the opportunities in SABS were limited and poorly compensated, leading to layoffs due to financial constraints. While driving home from work one evening with Jeremy and two co-workers in his car, Eric noticed a billboard. The advertisement featured a large gleaming coin at a casino. Initially, Eric gazed at the coin without paying much attention. But then, out of nowhere, a thought crosses his mind that would ultimately alter the course of their lives indefinitely. Eric, lost in contemplation, queries Jeremy about the feasibility of creating counterfeit versions of the casino chips, to which Jeremy and the remaining two colleagues respond. They have faith in their ability to succeed and are confident in their potential to achieve their goals. This marked the start of the scheme, where they plotted to create top-quality counterfeit casino chips that would be indistinguishable to anyone. They were eager to execute a daring plan to deceive casinos like never before. In addition to making money, they also aimed to impart a message to the casinos for no longer providing them with work, which had severely impacted their financial situation. Once the plan was prepared, Eric and his team arrived at a casino, not to gamble, but to gather casino chips that they planned to replicate as fake chips. These coin chips are purchased in the casino by exchanging money, and gambling is carried out on the table using these coin chips. Once the coins are cashed at the counter, Eric pays some money to take them and exits the casino. Eric and his team bring the coins to the location where Eric stored his building supplies. Now this location transformed into a laboratory where they planned to conduct their entire scam scheme instead of being a warehouse. Upon arriving at the warehouse, they immediately sliced the chip coin with precision in order to examine its smallest details thoroughly, gain knowledge about specifics such as the material, weight, texture, and sound produced when coins hit each other. These coins were crafted from a mixture of clay and sand that was compressed using high pressure to enhance their durability and provide them with a distinct texture. Eric and his team gathered all the required materials to attempt making chips by compacting clay and sand, but the chips they produced were a long way off from resembling authentic casino chips. However, he was unsuccessful in creating the casino chips due to the technology's need for high pressure and temperature, which Eric and his team could not achieve without expensive machines. Badan Eric was facing a difficult task on this particular day, as he had to create casino chips that were identical in appearance, weight, and sound to genuine casino chips, since he was aware that the trained staff at Coins would easily spot fake ones. Eric came to the realization that matching the intricate details of the coins was challenging, requiring precision, expertise, and dexterity. Nevertheless, despite multiple weeks of failed efforts, Eric's warehouse was now filled with numerous counterfeit casino chips strewn across the floor, none of which resembled the authentic chips in any way. Each attempt to alter the casino chips resulted in discrepancies in weight and sound, dampening Eric and his team's hopes as their once thrilling fraud scheme unravels. Witnessing his failure causes a decline in his self-assurance. Over time, the team members also begin distancing themselves from the operation out of fear of being caught with counterfeit casino chips. In this team, only Eric and Jeremy had shattered dreams, but Eric's bravery remained strong as he refused to give up. Despite the uncertainty and confusion, Eric proposed an exceptional and original idea. This time, Eric chooses to avoid the challenging task of creating counterfeit casino chips and opts to alter authentic casino chips instead. He informs Jeremy of his new strategy to produce tiny quantities of casino chips. This meant he would exchange $100 worth of chips at the casino for $100 chips, as each chip had the same size, weight, and sound despite their different appearances. This ingenious idea was crucial to the success of his plan. In order to bolster his idea, Eric brought various coins of different amounts and colors from the casino and examined their size, texture, weight, and sound. This discovery sparked renewed hope in Eric and Jeremy, enabling them to prevent counterfeit casino chips by adjusting the written amounts on the chips. Eric and Jeremy were once again working together on devising new methods to alter the chips, even though they were aware of the risks involved. This was a fresh and innovative approach to outsmarting the casino. Despite the identical size, weight, and sound of the casino chips, they encountered a major hurdle. The challenge lay in changing the color of the $100 chips, as the colors differed significantly. It was crucial to maintain uniformity in color to avoid detection and prevent their plan from falling apart. In order to address this issue, Eric stored a variety of dice color combinations in his warehouse, uses charts and tools for mixing the colors. He now possessed all the required tools to alter the quantity of the casino chips, but he now required a skilled individual in this craft, and that's when Jeremy stepped in. Jeremy's expertise in creating precise color copies from his previous experience with forgeries was just what they needed to showcase their skills. Now Jeremy and Eric collaborate to mix various colors. They engage in experimentation and testing, eventually achieving success after conducting around 100 to 150 trials. They successfully create a color that perfectly matches the chip color. Once the weight and color were checked, the final task remaining was to label the chips with the correct amount stickers, which proved to be simpler than the previous tasks. Jeremy cooked the chips in hot water to eliminate the stickers. He immerses it in water, which effortlessly eliminates the adhesive from the stickers, and then with great care and precision peels off the stickers from the chips. This clearly indicated that he would now take off the $1 sticker. He takes off the original stickers from the casino chips and replaces them with $100 stickers he made himself that perfectly matched the chip's color. Jeremy created these $100 stickers digitally, and they are expertly adhered to the casino chips. He was also taken aback to see them, as real and fake casino chips now looked identical. Despite successfully creating a flawless casino chip, Eric remained vigilant as a single thought consumed his mind repeatedly. She believed that the casino likely had an alternative method for distinguishing these chips, and her assumption was ultimately proven to be accurate. Casinos employed a different approach to distinguish these chips by incorporating hidden elements in the stickers affixed to them. Invisible markings required the use of black light to become visible, as they were not detectable with normal vision. To dispel this uncertainty, Eric uses a black light and immediately notices that these are genuine casino chips under its illumination. Upon placing it in front of him, he notices a unique mark on the chip's sticker illuminated by the black lights. Eric recognized that by duplicating this final security measure, the casino chips he created would be safeguarded. In order to handle this, Eric first organizes for a unique pen that allows him to create luminous markings on the stickers of the chips that cannot be caught. Yet using the unique pen, he manages to replicate the exact markings on those stickers. After numerous months of dedicated work and persistence, he eventually manages to produce a flawless casino chip that mimics the real one perfectly and is undetectable. This clearly indicated that now he would have the potential to claim all the money on they were set to make $99, and it would result in them becoming wealthier beyond their wildest imaginations. Once the casino chips were created, the next task was to use them in the casino. Eric proceeded cautiously, leading him to choose Jeremy to enter the casino with just 3 $100 chips to be cashed. These were the identical casino chips that he had converted from $1 to $100. And using these chips, Jeremy arrives at Casino Green Valley Ranch in Las Vegas. Despite feeling scared and nervous inside, Jeremy confidently hands over 3 casino chips valued at $300 to the cashier at the casino. Jeremy was taken aback when the cashier handed him 3 chips. Even though it appeared to be a straightforward deal, Eric and Jeremy experienced great triumph as the counterfeit chip coins they created were successfully used at the casino. Nevertheless, Jeremy exits the casino with $300 and immediately heads towards the car where Eric was already seated, patiently waiting for him. As he made his way from the casino to the car, his heart pounded loudly and he feared that at any moment, someone might call out to him from behind, offer it or try to grab him, but nothing of the sort occurred, so he got into the car and took a seat. Eric quickly starts the car and they both drive away. Jeremy withdraws $300 from him, causing Eric's eyes to light up with joy. In order to commemorate this minor achievement, the two of them grab a bottle of Champion and head directly to their garage. Their confidence and fear had both significantly intensified due to this achievement. He was extremely tired, so he began exchanging $25 with $30 worth of casino chips daily, resulting in a growth in his earnings each day. In the meantime, Jeremy informs Eric that he is regularly visiting the casino. Merely exchanging the chips for cash might raise suspicion, so they opt to play a bit at the table where they can swap the counterfeit chips for genuine ones. The justification for doing this was because it resembled a typical game of chance where players exchange their chips for cash after winning bets, making it crucial for Eric and Jeremy to sustain their fraud scheme with their successful strategy. Was she employed? Using the money he made from his fraudulent activities, he began purchasing various denominations of authentic casino chips, allowing him to blend in with other gamblers at the tables without raising suspicion from the casino. After betting a couple of chips, one of them would take a break in the restroom, which was an area without surveillance or security. Upon entering the restroom, they would swap both genuine and counterfeit casino chips. They would swap the chips, return to the table, and gamble with the counterfeit ones, causing them to become intermingled with the genuine chips already on the table. The security guards monitoring the CCTV cameras and the train staff nearby were oblivious to Eric and Jeremy's fraudulent activities, of which he remained completely unaware. Both of them purposefully positioned themselves to be seen by CCTV cameras as they take casino chips. It had become a daily habit for him to cash in these chips without raising suspicion, leading him to become more confident and start counterfeiting chips ranging from $100 to $25,000. His income was now reaching $100,000 per month as the production of casino chips was reaching new levels. The newfound wealth resulted in a significant transformation in Eric's life and how he lived, surpassing even his wildest dreams. Eric began dining in the priced eateries in Las Vegas with his spouse and also began donning attire from high-end fashion labels. The limit was reached when his wife went shopping once. In that period, he purchased 100 handbags totaling $200,000. While his riches grew, so did his self-assurance and, consequently, his negligence heightened as well, ultimately resulting in significant future losses. The fake casino chip operation, beginning in a small warehouse, had grown so large that they were making more money than a gambler could win through gambling, yet in Las Vegas people can quickly change from riches to poverty. And every risk involved here comes with numerous issues, as was the case with Jeremy. Jeremy, previously struggling with addiction to alcohol and drugs, has now begun consuming excessive amounts of alcohol. While sitting with a woman, he was drinking alcohol and using drugs, leading to a mistake that ultimately exposed the entire operation. Jeremy, while intoxicated with alcohol and drugs, discloses to the woman the specifics of his complete fraudulent scheme, explaining how they produce counterfeit casino chips, how they operate them at the casino. Jeremy had no idea of the immense troubles and challenges that this mistake would bring upon him. Following this disclosure, the woman begins to experience a sense of being Jeremy. She is able to exploit this vulnerability and begins to extort money from Jeremy through blackmail. She frequently contacts Jeremy and warns him that if he doesn't give her the money, she will report him to the police, leading Jeremy to hand over the money. When Eric learns about the blackmail, he discusses it with Jeremy and tension arises between them due to the threat on his operation. Despite facing numerous issues, they persist in their fraudulent activities, hoping to evade the police. Unfortunately, luck eventually runs out for them. One day, Eric was relaxing at home when he heard a knock on his door out of nowhere. Eric asks for the identity of the person outside before opening the door, and the person replies that he is Eric's neighbor. Upon opening the door, the man informs Eric that his son's ball has ended up in his garden. As Eric heads towards his garden, the man suddenly assaults him and forces him to the ground. Surprised by the abrupt assault, Eric inquires about the man's identity, to which the man responds that he is a federal agent. The agent enters the house while the rest of the police officers follow suit. Upon arrival at the house, they immediately begin exploring the entire building, eventually stumbling upon the warehouse where Eric and Jeremy once produced counterfeit casino chips. Upon entering the warehouse, they come across casino chips scattered around and discover a printer, printing press, equipment for blending dyes and colors. At the same time, Jeremy arrives at the location to see Eric, and he is also taken into custody by the police. The police now possessed solid evidence that led to the complete exposure of their mastermind operation, with Jeremy himself being the cause behind it. Following the arrest, the police promptly sends both individuals to jail, where both of them request to be released on bail. Due to the casino fraud case, KO maintained the bail at $5 million, making it nearly impossible for them to gather the funds. Eric's encounter during his time behind bars. This Russian convict was a prominent figure in the criminal underworld, and when he learned about Eric's deceit with the casino chips, he confronted Eric with a fresh challenge. He proposes to Eric a collaboration in the deception scheme. He informs Eric that the operation will be extensive. Once they are released from jail, they can initiate it, and Jeremy can retain all the money he made from the fraudulent scheme. Eric had hidden some money that the police were unaware of, while the rest was spent on alcohol and drugs. By utilizing this secret fund, Eric was able to retain a renowned attorney who successfully negotiated his bail down to $1,000 in court, resulting in his release from jail upon payment. The primary issue Eric encountered upon being released from prison was the ongoing legal expenses associated with his legal battle. Now, he doesn't have sufficient funds to cover his costs easily and suddenly recalls the proposition made by the Russian prisoner. Eric begins to realize that this is the sole method through which he can settle his debts. He is able to organize the allocation of the legal expenses for this particular situation as well. In this state of contemplation and uncertainty, he ultimately resolves to once more opt for a life of deceit and illegal activities and agrees to the proposition made by the Russian inmate. But at this time, the Russian prisoner is also released on bail, leading to a series of meetings between him and Eric. Even though Eric had once more opted for a life of crime and deceit, this time around he resolves not to participate in any form of fraud. Eric and the Russian prisoner now meet every night in Eric's warehouse to plan the new fraud, with the prisoner learning all the details while Eric remains unaware. This will not lead directly to evolving in operations. The fact that the police are covertly monitoring him remains. Since Eric was released on bail, the police have been vigilantly monitoring his activities and whereabouts, leading to the arrest of the Russian prisoner at Eric's residence. Observing her movement, the police grow suspicious of Eric planning to commit another fraud with his accomplice, prompting them to watch closely for evidence and an opportunity, monitoring him for a few days. Following this, the police obtain evidence, and armed with this evidence, they conduct a raid on the warehouse where Eric and the Russian prisoners were planning one night. Following the raid, they are once again arrested by the police. Afterwards, he is incarcerated. While in jail, Eric's attorney reassures him that he will do his utmost to secure his release and devises a fresh approach for tackling the case. While in court, the lawyer assures him that he will make every effort to rescue him. Informs the judge that the casino could not demonstrate any of its chips were fake, and as the fake chips were intermingled with the real ones while playing, the casino couldn't distinguish the counterfeit chips. The court had only the woman's testimony against Jeremy, who was blackmailing him. There was no solid evidence against Eric, and the lawyer's argument further weakened the case. The lawyer also mentioned in court that the fake coins were only discovered in Eric's warehouse, but there is not enough evidence to prove that he used them at the casino. The police discovered fake casino chips worth $30,000 in Eric's warehouse, only a fraction of the millions of dollars worth of counterfeit chips used in the casino. But with little solid proof and few counterfeit chips found, he is only given a 3-year prison sentence by the court. Jeremy, on the other hand, had a history of criminal behavior prior to this fraud. He sentences him to a 10-year prison term. This was the tale of a sly individual who, through his intelligence, devised an original scheme to deceive the casino, a method that remains unheard of by both the public and the establishment. He was able to consider it, but he ultimately got caught because of his partner's drug addiction and foolishness. What did you think of this story? Please inform us by leaving a comment. Please show your support by liking and subscribing to the channel. Catch you in the upcoming video.